Hi, I'm Kate Elgin, Director of Sales at Fishbowl Solutions. We spend a lot of time inside Oracle's WebCenter content environments, and one of the most consistent problems we hear right now comes down to this. Your users are in Microsoft Teams all day, but your governed content is still sitting somewhere else. So this is a 5-minute walkthrough what it looks like when you close that gap. So let's show you something that happens a ton. We see this all the time. You might need a governed document, let's say an HR policy or a job requisition. So you might go ahead and enter into your WebCenter content and go ahead and download this document. Once you have it downloaded though, your teams are working within Microsoft Teams. So you might upload that specific document into your Teams chat. Well, the thing here is that now this is just a snapshot, right? There's no traceability, no metadata version, no lifecycle state. What makes it very difficult to ensure that that content is adhering to the retention rules and every sort of edit that's applied is not up to date and living live within your governed repository. And it's not that the repository you built within WebCenter content is the problem, it's how people are accessing it is. So when WebCenter is harder to get to than Teams, users route around it every time. So let's show you what it looks like when you configure a Teams integration into WebCenter. So right within Teams, you can see on the side panel our WCC instance. We call it here WCC Show Me. This is where you can work with files directly stored in Oracle's WebCenter content, which is great, right within your Teams interface. You'll note I've routed myself back to the HR jobs posting folder. It's the same folder that we have here in Oracle WebCenter content. And you'll see the same documents listed as well. What's fantastic here is that it's surfaced directly within Teams. You can browse the folder structure that you already are familiar with or search for it. The content here is live and not a copy, and it's not cached. This is exactly what's the same in WebCenter content right now. So I can go and search for that job requisition form that I was working on earlier. What I'll be able to see here is the version, when it was last updated and by whom. I'll be able to see a lot of other information like version history, properties, which is the metadata, and have a couple different ways to interact with that document right from Teams. So I'm able to view it within Microsoft 365, get a link to it so that people can go and route directly to our WebCenter content location or edit that document. In my case, I want to upload a new version. I'll be able to do that straight from that Teams integration. As that's uploading, you can see that not only is it actively staying within the Teams interface, but we're able to then understand and see that continued updating and version control across all instances. So you'll see here now it's uploaded to version 3, and that perfectly matches the content information for this document, also updated to the 3rd version. Within this, we're able to consistently have our teams integrate, communicate in an area and an experience what they're used to. So from here, this is really where your users work. They work in M365, they choose to work within Teams, and they're able to then really be seamlessly integrated to be able to see all the information, all that WebCenter content governed in a housed repository right within the ecosystem that they are used to. Another key feature is the ability to upload entire folders at a time within the MS Teams environment to WCC. We can see we're uploading a file folder here with 2 individual documents included. And that file structure is retained, as well as you can see those individual documents uploaded. This integration is critical to understanding how we can consistently have 2 things running in parallel: the repository that IT manages, as well as the user experiences that your user is used to, not without a shadow copy of the ecosystem because your users built it because it was easier. This integration we just walked through doesn't ask users to change in how they work. It meets them directly where they are. And that's the part that actually drives adoption. So if you manage a WebCenter environment alongside Microsoft Teams and you want to talk through what this looks like in your specific setup, reach out and we can schedule some time to discuss. We're happy to walk you through your environment, identify where the configuration gaps are, and show you what this looks like for your content types and your users.